How do, Darksiders? Old man Al here. Yeah, that's right. You see the gray coming in. I go back and forth with it. You know, sometimes I die because I'm tired of seeing it. Then sometimes I don't. People are like, listen, you should embrace the gray. Let me know what you think. Should I just let it go? Let it come on in. Embrace the gray. Season 4 of Cobra Kai. This will have mild spoilers in it. I'm super impressed by how good this show still is. I was a little bit scared because I feel like shows like this have a little bit of a shelf life because you can only examine a certain theme in the show so much before it gets old. Like there's only so many ways to look at it. I think that's what happened with Stranger Things. But this show does a really good job of investing you in both story and character. And I think that's one of the powers of Cobra Kai and why it's had the longevity that it's had over 4 seasons. The take it, the characters are interesting. The new character that they introduced this season is mildly interesting, but I do like how they connected him with the other seasons and not just brought him in and threw him into the plot and we were like, who is this guy? They make a nice transition as to why he's in the show. I do like the conflict that we have going on again between the 3 different schools. Miyagi-Do, which is the stupidest name you can have for a martial arts school. I couldn't go there just based on the name. Nah, I couldn't be part of a school called Miyagi-Do. That's a dumb name. Also, the conflict that we have going on between them and Cobra Kai, and then, of course, Eagle Fang, which is crazy, right? Because eagles don't have fangs. I like all of that, the energy that's going on around that. So that's interesting. I also like the development of characters like Johnny Lawrence and what we're seeing happen with him and how we're kind of starting to see his character arc. I am annoyed by Daniel's character because he's still a bit whiny and a little bit self-righteous, and that's annoying me, even though he is starting to come out of that. But I'm also very glad that they have continued to develop the other characters as well, which is the power of Cobra Kai. It makes you care about the larger story, but also the individual characters as well. Even though one of the things that's funny to me about that is how these characters, half of them are still in high school and they got like these major life problems. I'm thinking to myself, you ain't got no problems. You're in high school. You're not paying your own rent. You're not doing any of that. Mommy and daddy's still doing that. But you got these larger than life problems. I'm not buying it. But it is interesting that the way that they build around these characters, and it does draw you into the point where it makes you interested in what's going on with their life. And there are some really heartfelt moments in this show as well, as you see some of the larger characters, Johnny and some of those guys working through some of the hardships and the difficulties of their past, especially with how it relates to how he's getting along with his son, and also now the interaction that he's having with Miguel because he's dating his mother. So all those things are fascinating. All those things like with Sam trying to find her own way. They examine these elements really well, which does drive the story forward in a fascinating and engaging way. It's an episode turner, right? I mean, it makes you want to go through and watch the next episode. So the way that they've been able to capture a great pace and cadence of this show throughout all 4 seasons has been fantastic. If you're not watching Cobra Kai, you should be. If you're one of the people that was like me in the beginning, that was like, man, I'm not watching any stupid spin-off show about an 80s karate movie where the fight choreography was B-level at best. And it's still not that good if you ask me. But hey, I'm a little bit biased there. But on the whole, I love Cobra Kai. I think it's fantastic. If you have not been watching the series on Netflix, you should be watching the series on Netflix. I love what they're doing with it. I think that if they continue to roll the story out and structure it the way that they do and give us these different characters with all these different elements the way that they have, I think that this show actually has a lot of shelf life left because I think that there is a lot of story to tell. Go check it out. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it, and let's go on to the next video, which is right here. Peace. Love ya.